Broncos training camp about a week away now, guys. Hello, and thank you for joining us for Countdown to Camp. I'm Phil Milani alongside Andrew Mason and Steve Atwater. Today we're talking about rookies. Steve, which rookie has a chance to make the biggest impact this season?
Well, I would say Bradley Chubb, absolutely, because he's going to be in a position where he goes out and plays a lot, especially with the injury to Shane Ray. You see this guy, he's a man's man. He's 6'4", 275 pounds, and moves like a tiger. So I think he'll have an opportunity to contribute early, and I think he'll do a great job and have a huge impact.
I think Chubb is the obvious choice because there's a specific role for him, and obviously Shane Ray had surgery, so we're not going to see him for a while. So there is a window for Bradley Chubb to step in there and play extensively and be an effective pass rusher working in tandem with Von Miller. But then you get beyond that, Royce Freeman, depends where he is in the running back competition. Is he able to beat out Devontae Booker for some reps? Could he be the guy that among that group, he's the one that he could be the guy that has the best overall skill set and maybe ends up earning the most playing time that way. And then you get to wide receiver, and it's so interesting because Courtland Sutton is the higher pick ahead of Deshaun Hamilton, but Deshaun Hamilton is a more pure slot receiver and might have a more specific role immediately than Sutton, who even John Elway said is a little bit raw and still has some refinement to do.
Mason, I was asking for one guy. You gave me three guys.
That's
hedging your
tells
bets.
you how good this rookie class is.
I agree.
And I could have talked to you about Josie Jewell, for example. You can go through this group, and there's a lot of potential. I haven't even mentioned Troy Fumagalli. He hasn't gotten on the field yet. And then we get into guys who aren't rookies, but they're new. A guy like Jake Butt. He's not a rookie, but he didn't play last year. This team could look a lot different, but a lot better because of these dynamic and mature young players on the roster.
Well, Steve, you both mentioned Bradley Chubb. Let's talk about that pass rush. Only 33 sacks a year ago. That's maybe one of the reasons why you pick up a guy like Chubb. How good can this pass rush be this year?
Oh, I think it could be amazing. I think we can get in that 40 to 45 sack total with the addition of Bradley Chubb. And, of course, Von Miller, he feels like he didn't get as many sacks as he should have had last year. So I think they'll play off of each other. And also our interior pass rush with Derek Wolfe and Zach Kerr, Shelby Harrison, those guys, DeMarcus Walker, I'm looking to see if he's able to make that sophomore leap and do well as well.
And Chubb creates some interesting possibilities because he can put his hand in the dirt, something he did extensively at North Carolina State. And so they'll use him stand up at times, but they're going to put his hand in the dirt at others. It'll be interesting to see how that ratio ends up balancing out, but creates some different possibilities in terms of scheme and formation for this defense. You can use them in different ways. Maybe there are formations that in the short run get Von Miller, Shaq Barrett, and Bradley Chubb on the field at the same time. And then when you get Shane Ray back, you can maybe get him involved as well. That could be the sort of NASCAR package that we saw on occasion back in 2016 when DeMarcus Ware was healthy. You'd have Ware and Von and Shaq and Shane Ray work together. It was hard to block those guys when they were all out there. And Chubb now brings that back into the fore. And of course, I mentioned DeMarcus Ware. He's coaching Bradley Chubb.
Yes,
that'll help
too. Chubb looked big just wearing just his jersey.
Yeah.
Never mind when you put those pads on, he's going to get even bigger. And let's talk about this third wide receiver spot. You draft two guys at the wide receiver position. They got a chance to be the number 3 guy.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure which one it will be. They may end up both playing a large role in that third wide receiver position, but two very big, very physical, talented wide receivers. And like May said, I believe Deshaun Hamilton is maybe a more polished route runner, but man, Courtland Sutton has made some big plays throughout his college career. Look for him to do big things as well.
And both of them were making plays during OTAs as well. It's going to be a fun competition to watch, but those are two rookies that work together a lot. Every day after practice, you see them out in the jugs machine catching extra balls. They've got other guys coming with them. John Diarse is an undrafted rookie who I thought looked really impressive at times during OTAs, and we'll see if he can make that translate to when the full pads go on. But it's an intriguing receiving core, and with the guys like Isaiah McKenzie and Carlos Henderson coming back, they're going to have to be on their P's and Q's to hold off these rookies.
Yeah, Jordan Taylor, hopefully he gets healthy. We can see him during training camp. Cortland Sutton, they could really use him in the red zone too, a huge body like that.
Yeah.
He could be a magnet down there in the red area. All right, only one more episode left for our countdown to camp. We'll be talking about replacing Aqib Talib. Until then, for Steve Atwater, Andrew Mason, I'm Phil Milano.